Dr. Paul Sachs, Clinical Director of the Division of Infectious Diseases at the Brigham. Dr. Sachs, thanks as always for joining us, and we want to get right to Omicron. Great to see you. The variant, of course, has now been confirmed in all 50 states, happening at lightning speed. So what does that say about the transmissibility of this variant? I mean, something as simple as, does 6 feet matter anymore?
Well, it's very contagious, and it's particularly contagious in the settings that we know are at highest risk: indoor settings, crowded settings, poor ventilation. And it's contagious even for people who've been vaccinated. Now, people who've been vaccinated are more likely to have a mild case of COVID, but it just means that we have to be very careful during this holiday season.
Let's get to questions from viewers, starting with one on the minds of a lot of parents out there. One viewer writes this, quote, "How is the Omicron variant affecting kids under 5? We've got 2 little ones in our family. We want to protect them at our Christmas family gathering. Everybody else is vaccinated. Some of the adults are boosted. Of course, kids under 5 not yet eligible for a vaccine. So what would you say to that, Dr. Sachs?"
Well, unfortunately, the kids can get COVID-19 and they can get Omicron, and unfortunately also they can transmit it. There is still good news about COVID-19 in children, in particular little children. Mostly it's a very mild disease, even though there are some exceptions to that, and I think that's good. But I do urge caution for people who are gathering over the holidays with little kids who can't be vaccinated, because if you have someone in that group who's vulnerable, somebody who has a weakened immune system, somebody who has multiple medical problems, someone who's very old, they should have caution. They should be worried that they could potentially acquire the virus from the child. One thing also to use is rapid home testing as much as possible. I know they're in short supply, but these tests apply to everybody. And I know of several people who've been able to test their children at home and have been able to diagnose their kids as having COVID, mild illness, but has been able to then keep them from potentially spreading the virus to others.
This question along the same vein, Dr. Sachs, it comes from Suzanne. She says, "Please let me know your thoughts on taking my 94-year-old mother out to dinner Christmas Eve with 8 other family members. My mom and 3 others have received boosters and all have been fully vaccinated." So what's your take on that?
So the real risk there is going out to a restaurant. I hate to say this because I love eating out myself, but dining out in restaurants is actually one of the highest risk activities for acquiring COVID-19. So it's not just the people at your table, but it's everyone else in that room. And, we don't have a vaccine mandate in restaurants in Boston or Massachusetts. And this is a time when there's a lot of COVID-19 out there. I don't need to tell you that. There's been a record number of cases described just today in Massachusetts. I think people should be very cautious, especially with someone who's in their 90s. And they should be as careful as possible during this holiday season.
So we're still getting a lot of questions from folks who got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine initially. Eunice asks us this: "My son is 50 years old. He received J&J for his first shot. He then got Moderna as his booster. However, I believe the Moderna booster was half the strength of the original 2 Moderna shots," which it was. Should he receive another Moderna booster? That's the question for these J&J folks. They got their second shot with a booster, hopefully this fall or early winter, but do they need to find a third shot somewhere?
Well, it's an area of controversy. It's a good question. Right now, as approved by the CDC and the EUA for these vaccines, there is no additional shot that's formally approved. However, I do know some immunologists and some vaccine specialists who think another shot would make sense. I have to say, I do strongly urge people who've gotten the J&J vaccine to get at least that one additional shot. It would not surprise me at all if in the coming months an additional vaccine booster for people who've gotten J&J plus 1 mRNA vaccine, meaning Pfizer or Moderna, have a recommendation for a third.
All right, Dr. Paul Sachs at the Brigham, thanks so much for your time, sir. Happy holidays.
You're welcome. Same to you.
Thank you, doctor.